Hello! Hello, Chris. Hello, Cecil. Hello, Emma. Hello. Let me open the fish. I forgot the fish. I always forget the fish. I'm like, I'm gonna open the fish before I unmute, and then who does it? Not me. Not me. Hello, everybody. Hello. It is toasty today. I don't even have my, I don't know when we can ever see it, but I have like desk lights around my desk and they're blue. I'm not even turning them on today. My gosh. Heat sucks. I don't know if it's the same for anybody else, but I hate looking at the heat and it's like, oh, it's like 30 degrees. And then they're like, but it feels like 45. And it's like, can you fuck off? Like, what do you mean? Can you just not say that it is 45 degrees instead of giving me hope? It's summer and it's me. Hello everybody. Hello. How is everybody doing today? Hello. It is I, the cat girl, here to entertain you, entertain the masses, all around. Hello. I am Biggie B. Comp said it's 78. I got in a car. It says 98. I just converted my temperature to yours, and here it is 107 right now. And I'm like, that's very warm. In the people who use the other one, which is not as such an inflated number, it's 43. I didn't know you lived in Arizona. I didn't either. I guess I just moved overnight. You know? It's hot. It's warm. My windows are closed. I'm so glad I have air conditioning, bro. I'm so glad that I'm one of those people who got an air conditioner. Oh my god. This stream would not be happening. I'd be miserable. I'd be like, hello, Danny. Hello. Oh, that's a cute little petal emote. Oh my god, that's adorable. Oh, but I worked this morning, and so yesterday was Canada Day. So my work was closed. So I had a very rough night at work, but here we are. Global warming doesn't exist. I just want to talk to you. Global warming does indeed exist. It's like the earth having a fever to try and get the parasites off. And guess what? We're the parasites, guys. It sucks. It sucks so much. Oh my god, I'm so tired of the heat, bro. But you know what? There was a portion of time, because usually we've already hit like a heat wave or something at this point. May and June were kind of easy, at least in my area. I know it wasn't for like people in Europe and maybe other places. But like last year in June, we had wildfires and the smoke was like everywhere at the beginning of June last year, because my town has like an annual fair, and last year we went, and it's like the first whatever like weekend in June or something. And we went last year, and when we went, there was so much smoke. Like, it was like, oh, this is unbreathable. Like, people were advised to not go outside because there was so much smoke. And, like, it was foggy always because there was so much smoke. But we went to the fair because we're stupid. But this year, there hasn't even been any smoke. And I'm like, huh. And, like, when I was growing up, wildfires weren't really normal. But then the last, like, 5 years, it's been, like, every summer there's a fuck ton of wildfires. And, it's smoky. And this year, there's been no fires. No, or at least that I'm aware of, no smoke fire here in where I live. And, the temperature didn't really, like, there was 1 week where it got, like, towards 30, but it wasn't, like, above 30. And then it was like, wow, maybe summer's not that bad. Maybe I was just a little bitch. And then the heat wave came in, and I was like, no, actually, I still hate summer. I still hate summer. The point of the year that makes everything uncomfortable, and everybody hates it. I mean, not everybody. I hate it, and then you don't want to go outside because you could die out there. You could absolutely just perish. You could melt into a puddle. You know? But anyways, I'm gonna move over today. So I was gonna work on. I have a commission from Chris. But I thought about working on that today, but it's like a spoiler for a game that recently came out. So I don't really want to work on it yet on stream. So I'm gonna work on something else. Pride Month may be over, but it is time for some magical girls. Emma, if she's here. I don't know if Emma is still here. Emma has written 5 magical girl books, and I have read almost all of them. So I want to draw her 2 characters. This is a moment from book 3. Ish. Not exactly. This is my interpretation of a moment from book 3. But yeah, that's what we're gonna work on today. Pride Month may be over, but Yuri Magical Girl stuff will still live on. And we're gonna work on this today. Because I don't want to work on a spoiler. And I finished the thing I was working on last time. If you're in the special secret good boy channels in the Discord, you can see the finished artwork. However, if you're not, you have to wait at least 6 weeks. to see things when they're finished. Oh my god, it's warm. See, the other thing that sucks is, so my Cintiq is from 2013. Pride might be over, but we're still gay. Exactly. The best time to be gay is after Pride, too, so people don't forget. Oh my god, so you guys know when like companies make random Pride like products, you know, like I don't know if it's been as common now, but there was a few years ago where my store, like I work in a bakery, and we would get in like baked goods, and they would be like we wouldn't bake like a grocery store bakery is only baking a very small portion, if anything at all. Just if you didn't know that. But at least in North America. But anyways, they would send like Pride things, and one of the things that were awful visually was they would make a rainbow bagel. And you know, you could totally do a rainbow bagel absolutely fine, but this was the most haphazardly put together rainbow bagel of all time. And it was like purpley brown. But like not like brown like a bagel brown, but brown like that shouldn't go in my mouth brown. Like, how did it taste? I'm assuming it tasted just like a bagel, but like with food dye. I never bought it. They were gross. I wonder if I could find it. Okay, I found pictures of specifically them. But none of them look as gross as some of them looked. Okay. Yeah, I don't want this to be... Let me just... Yeah. Perfect. I can just... They look like this. They look like this when whoa, I just moved, everything just fell. So they turned like this weird brown color right here. Some of them looked fine, like they either look like Play-Doh or they look like this weird amalgamation. You sure there's no donuts? No, those are some really shitty bagels. Those are bagels. But yeah, my work would do that. Now all they do is there is these cookies that we sell all year round. But during the month of June, they get a slightly different label, and that label has been getting toned down every year. Last year, it was like, all proceeds from this go to charity, whatever. And then this year, it just has like the rainbow bee, like we're turning the bees gay or something. Like, that's it. Like, And it's the exact same cookie that we have every year, but nobody buys the Pride ones because they're gay. They're supposed to be gay, and they're like, oh, I'm not gay. You know? It's so funny. It's the equivalent of doing nothing, I think. Ba 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 wow. Ba ba ba. Oh, I feel like there should be something that I can yap about today, but I don't really got much. A band that I like finally released a single for their new album that comes out in literally a month. And it's nice. I like it. It gave me a lot of energy at work. Also, for this Magic Girl thing, Emma does not have it up anywhere publicly. So if you ever speak to Emma, I would encourage you to encourage her to make it a publicly readable story. So I can be like, yeah, go and read it here. I don't know if Emma is here. But it's just like, it's like a fun little Magical Girl story. It's called Rainbow Warriors. There's 7 of them. Because you gotta do the whole rainbow, you know? It even includes Indigo, my nemesis. And if you're here, do it. Yeah, yeah. She has them in, like, she has all 5 books. There's 5 of them. I'm at the end of the 5th one, which is the last book. And I've greatly enjoyed it. I've greatly enjoyed it. It's been very fun to read. And that's why I drew this, because there's these 2 characters who, like, I don't know why I started reading it and I was like, it's the power of friendship. The power of friendship. And then these 2 characters were like, ooh, I kind of like when she looks at me. Oh no. And I'm like, oh. So when I was reading it, I was like, it's magical girls and power of friendship. This ain't gonna get gay. It's hella gay. It's very gay. A gay ass magical girls. Roxy is top 10 of the best characters in fiction. Exactly. Holy shit. Hey Teo, how are you? How are you? Roxy is fantastic. Also, Roxy is such a good name. Gosh. However, if we all collectively bully Emma nicely, everyone might be able to read it. I think she posts the first chapter in my server. It was called like Green Means Go. Not first chapter, first book. Heard my dog's name? Your dog's name is Roxy? Is your dog's name Roxy? That's a nice, cute little dog name. For short, full name, I'm not gonna tell you. Oliver, you're not gonna dox your dog for me. You wouldn't dox your dog in my stream, Cecil. You won't drop your dog's full legal in my stream. I even yeah, but I encouraged. Is it Roxanne? Is it Roxanne? Or is it like Roxabella or something? I don't know. Fuck, how do you know? Oh no! Oh no! Danny, how dare you dox Roxy? You doxed my dog, you monster. Oh my god. How could this happen? What do I do about this, chat? What do I do about chat doxing a dog? I want it. Okay, so this is another one of the pieces where I'm like, this is going to be really quick, right? Like, this isn't going to take me any time at all. Anytime at all. And at the moment, I'm still there. But will this end up not taking me 40 hours by the end of it? I don't know. We self-identify as a demon. You really think we care about being called a monster? Yeah, you'd probably be like, you're misidentifying me. I'm not a monster. I'm a demon. It's more specific than that. Some demons are monsters, but not all monsters are demons. Gosh, we're different. I don't know. I-beams. I-beams. No, that's if you call us a devil. Okay, is there... Okay, there's a difference there? Okay, okay. Snowcloak is such a sleepy song. I don't know if anyone... But it's also a cold feeling song. And it's like, oh, yes, I wish for the cold days of winter. Broly isn't a monster. Broly is the devil. I'm sorry. I don't Dragon Ball. I ain't got the balls. DBZA reference. Yeah, I did not. I remember watching Dragon Ball when I was a kiddo, but I don't think I ever like put too much stake into it or anything. I was just like, this isn't as good as Card Captors. I loved Card Captors as a kiddo. That was my shit. It made me like tarot cards. However, I hate people who do tarot. Like, I like the aesthetic, but anything about like fortune telling, I just hate that shit with a passion. Goku versus Sakura death battle go. Oh my god. When I was a kid, every day, my mom would read like... My mom was super into astrology and tarot and like fortune telling. So she would like... everything got filtered through that as like a belief. Like it wasn't like, oh, this is something fun that I do that I like, you know, it's just fun to like look at. It was like she does like if her astrology thing that day was bad, that day was gonna be a bad day, you know? Like it became a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know, like that shit was annoying. There'd be days where like I'd be upset or something and she'd be like, it's in the stars. And I'm like, no, stop it. Funny thing, you said that. You hear that about the tarot psychic having to pay over $1 million to a teacher? She keeps slandering even after 2 court cases? What? What? No, but enlighten me. I'd love to learn about it. Okay. What the fuck? Want a link? Maybe? I'm not sure. I thought you would just tell me. Sure, hit me with that link. We'll read it as like a class assignment. Oh, it's a long ass saga. It's a long ass saga. Okay, this might go in the I'll read it later list. Okay, you can hit me with that link then. Okay. Oh. My alarm started going off. You know, okay, so there's this annoying thing that I did. So in June... Okay, so for whatever reason, YouTube since December has been on the 2nd of every month is like, oh, you're this band's like this numbered listener. So I was really determined to get 0.01% for Camelot. So I listened to Camelot. Like, I would be like, I really don't want to listen to Camelot right now, but I'm gonna listen to Camelot because I need to hit my 0.01% listener thing, which isn't even that hard. They only have 200,000 listeners a month. I probably cleared that within the first 5 days, but I wanted to assure my spot at the top. Okay, and YouTube usually hits me with the badge at like when I wake up on the 2nd, and I have received no badges, and I am pissed. I put so much work into this. So there was a triple to quad murder. What? What? Of college students, it was horrific. She decided to do a tarot reading saying a teacher was having an affair with one of the murdered kids. Got someone else to help her kill them. Even after the real culprit was caught, saying he confessed to the police, they're somehow protecting the teacher. Holy fuck! The stars and the fate has told me the teacher is having an affair. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's insane. That's holy shit. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, I'd like the link to that. Send me that shit. Send me that. I'd love to. That sounds like boiling drama. That's amazing. TikTok psychic is in denial. She destroyed her life. Oh my god. Oh my god. The poor teacher has PTSD because people kept accusing her or going up to her to spreading rumors. She lost her fucking job. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. This is why you don't trust anybody who's really into that kind of stuff. Oh my god. My mom was the hardest person to talk to about anything because she would be like, oh, it's because you're a Taurus. And I'm like, no, I'm like legitimately upset right now. Like, please. Taurus behavior classic. Yeah. My mom was so into it that she learned specifically what kind of like astrological signs to the specificity mine and my brothers were. And I, according to my mother's divine insights, I am a Taurus and an Aries because I'm born during the cusp or some shit like that. I don't know. She would talk about it all the time. And to this day, I don't actually know which one I fall under. I think it's Taurus. I hate how my sign got changed at some point. Your sign got changed? Oh my god. Guys, what's your astrology sign? It's just annoying because, like, I don't know, if you, like, have this moment of, like, standing up for yourself or being, like, momentarily aggressive or anything, it's just like, oh, it's because she's a Taurus. It's like, no, you're pissing me the fuck off. I got Gemini, legit bottom 3. Oh, no, Virgo. Oh, I was a Gemini, but apparently they changed the date or whatever, and I'm supposed to be a Cancer. I think I fit Gemini more personally. Just say you're a Gemini. That seems like Gemini behavior to be like, I'm a Gemini. Capricorn. Do you guys vibe with yours? I don't really look too much into it. Oh my god, Cecil, we're twinsies. Oh my god, Gemini twins. Or Geminis. You get sick. Tell me what your thoughts are after you watch that video. I will. For fuck's sake, stay LML. Geminies. Oh my god, sister. Like, I don't think they're like stupid. I think it's like a fun way to like categorize yourself. But I think if you put too much stake into it, it's to me it's the most fucking annoying thing. It's like it has the same vibes as people who are like mega religious and they're like, it's the will of God. And it's like, no, actually, I think we could go a little deeper, you know, a little deeper here. It's because you're a Gemini that you act this way. Or when people use it as excuses for their bad behavior. It's like, no, I think you're actually just a terrible person. I say goodbye. Lying naked while the snow falls all around me. But the edge, but she won't have me. It's the will of God. That's why I say fuck that. Yeah, it's. I hate. Like it's like it takes out your agency as a person. You know, like your concerns aren't legitimate. Like when you like hand wave it as being like, oh, you're like this astrological sign, or like the stars are saying this today, or you know, Jesus will solve your problems, or something like that. Like, oh, you just, you know, like the devil into your heart or some shit like that. Like, no, how about we address the problem? Oh my god, what is this game? Cat Mail Co. I'm gonna use like shapes. I'm gonna use the shape tool. I don't think religion is particularly like the biggest, like I get when people say things like that, but like some people are just annoying about it, you know? I'm hope no one here is super religious, though I might be offending some people, but that's how I feel. Oh! Fish! Oh my god, look at that turtle! Oh my god, what a cutie. His voice is screaming, oh let it go, oh let it go. I try, but I can't say no. Can't say no. My heart is running my hands. Here I come, oblivion. I don't think I'm actually, I think I'm making the shape for this way worse. I'm gonna do the main shape, I think. Got a big spire here. Oh gosh, why does it have to be so warm? I can feel like the heat emanating off of my Cintiq and I'm like, ugh. The summer is so bad. It's like there's so many things that I want to do with this stupid screen. Why does it gotta be on fire like 90% of the time? She won't have me. should probably like look at a silhouette of a castle or something. Like the Twilight Princess castle. That one's always like peak. I feel like, so in my mind, and it's really stupid, because I'm like, oh wow, like, I have like a backlog of like 6 weeks of illustrations, but it used to be 2 months, and I'm like, oh my god, look at me, I'm so far behind. But I've been drawing so many comic pages, like, it's so stupid when it's like, oh no, I'm running out of my backlog. Oh no, what will I do? I hate it. I have so much to like, be like, I don't have to work on any illustration for like the next 6 weeks. I could just do comics. But then I'm like, oh no, I gotta keep the backlog built. For anybody who, isn't in the special channels, you can't see the backlog, but the backlog is available for those who have access to it. I wonder, I should like add some like twisties. It's like a fantasy. We can make it look cool. Give it the coolest silhouette ever. I spent, what was it, like, Tuesday? I spent most of Tuesday drawing my comic. I did, like, oh my god. I spent, like, Tuesday drawing my comic, and I did, like, 8 pages. I lined, like, 8 pages, and I felt so good about that. And then I slept for 10 hours. And I was like, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna get some work done on this thing, and I'm gonna work on some pages before I go to work and stuff. And then I slept for 10 hours, and I woke up and I was like, my plans ruined by my own inability to set an alarm. Well, I did set an alarm. I just turned it off. Yeah. But it's weird to think that I have like, what is it? I'm like around 40 or 50 pages into drawing a comic, and that's a little crazy. I still have to add all the colors and stuff, but that's a lot of pages. Isn't this the eternal bonding theme? Oh, it is, yeah. This thing seems a little broken. I want to try and refresh. I like the default song. Like, is it even a real song? No, okay. The images are broken. All right. Let's make it more spiky. This is supposed to be like in another world kind of thing. So I want to make it spiky. I want it to look imposing. And spikes are imposing. Ba 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 ba. Da da. Ba da ba ba ba. I do just want this to be like simple though. Well, fuck. I hit the wrong button. I don't want this to turn into like a whole ass thing. I want this to be like a simple piece. I just want the silhouette of it to look cool. Can't believe Felix is still in his heated bed. What the hell is wrong with my cat? What is wrong with him? Why is he like this? He's in his heated bed. I need to drink some water. It's gonna drip everywhere. That's the worst. Okay. You know when you get like a cold glass of water and that shit condensates everywhere and you're like, I hate you? It's just like there's a puddle on my desk. I gotta leave like a paper towel on my desk to clean up all of its sweat. And it drips on you and it's like, ah! I don't like it. It's me weird sensory feelings and I hate it. I hate summer so much. This is a weird question, chat, but does anybody in chat actually read, like, actual books? Like, books? Like, published book? Like, traditionally published books? Of the non-fiction variety? No, wait, the fiction variety? The fake, the storybook. Something, yeah. How do you pick what books you read? Because, like, sometimes I go to, like, the bookstore, and I'm like, I'm gonna read a book, but, like, a fun book. You know, like, a book that, like, you'd read to, like, stimulate your brain and imagination. And then I look at all the books that are there, and I go, holy fuck, this is overwhelming. And then I go, maybe next time. And I usually just go for German classic literature. I don't think I read something newer than 1990. Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That is an option to read the classics. The classics. Like, I've never read Moby Dick. Maybe I should read Moby Dick before you do, you know? That'd be funny. Stroll up on a Monday, just be like, I read it. Because I read a lot of, like, I've been reading a lot of people's webcomics, along with, like, webcomics that, if you're in the Discord server, we do, like, a weekly webcomic book club thing. Yo, can I take stream over with some puppy photos? Absolutely! Oh my god, 83 months. That's insane, CJ. Hello! I feel like you should start reading mysteries, TBH. Yeah, I feel like I should. I think I'd be totally into that, like, murder mystery books.
Can
That'd
I
be great.
take stream over with
but then
some
I'm
puppy
like,
photos?
Wow, I'd really, like, I could read, like, you know, those cool fantasy novels, you know? Because those are, I'm sure those are really cool, but then I look at them and I'm like, oh god, this seems like the most, like, default ass shit ever, and it might not be. It's so hard. I reading people's, like, comment, like, my brain is just rotted because, like, manga has, like, such good covers. Like, it's like the when you, like, pick up a volume of manga, the cover is, it shows you the characters and it gives you the vibe, and you're like, oh yeah, I like that. And then, like, you look at a book cover and it's the most, like, I don't really give a shit about what this looks like. Girl, gotta stop judging based on the cover. Shaking my head. That's what it's there for, to be judged upon. It is a piece of marketing. Oh my god, puppies. I'm here to show you puppy pictures. So here's some puppies. Here's some of CJ's puppies. Look how tiny they are. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're just little balls of fluff. And here's another picture of puppies. Puppies. Look at that one. He's so round. And their tails, they're moving too fast to be photographed. They're moving too fast. Oh, thank you for sharing the puppies. Thank you. Oh, they're so round. They're so round and fluffy. Oh. You can keep judging the cover. I'm gonna keep judging the covers. I can show you the one that you screamed over. Okay. Cause like the cover is there to be judged. Like people are like, don't judge a book by its cover. And yeah, maybe because when you actually get to know the book, it's a pretty good book. But the cover is there because there's thousands of other books that also want you to read it. I judge manga and anime by its art. It's like like for anime specifically by its like promo art. If that shit look boring, I don't want anything to do with it. At least when I used to watch anime. And when I'm picking up manga, I'm like, this cover is a piece of advertising. And if it doesn't captivate my brain, I'm less inclined to want it. And that's also why I didn't care about like the big three. I never read Naruto, I never read Bleach, and I never read One Piece because I was like, these things look ugly. They do not tickle my brain in a way that makes me happy or wanting to read them. They're also long as fuck. But book covers are so boring. They're so just like, there's a woman looking at you, and she's looking mysterious. It's like every Camelot album cover, but like less aesthetic, you know? It's like every book cover is like a woman staring at you. They're not fun. Bleach covers are fire though, at least the ones in Germany. I can't like think of any specifically, but I just wasn't a fan of how Bleach looked. The typography, that's good. That's good. Okay, here's another puppy puppy picture. Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at this little round guy, and he's a little dirty right here, but. Oh my god, he doesn't even have eyes. He's just like a little stuffed animal. I like that there's a treadmill blocked off. There's like the puppy cage and then a treadmill. I'm so sorry. The puppies can't go run with you. They're not allowed. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, that's so cute. What a baby. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, they have hurt themselves on it before? Okay, fair. Puppy's not allowed exercise, so it's kind of funny that you're like, nope. You guys, you run around enough. But yeah, I do judge all my books based on the cover, okay? So when we go to the bookstore and in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read this thing. Like, I see a lot of people talking about some guy named Brandon Sanderson and how he writes good fantasy. But I mean, I liked Game of Thrones, but I think it's because Game of Thrones kind of like got the like fantasy, but then it also got that mystery of like, not mystery in a way of like, I'm trying to solve a problem. It's just like, there's 800 different moving parts and I really want to know how it's gonna like come together. Sorry for hijacking? No, do not apologize. You showed puppies. You showed puppies. There's nothing to apologize for. Like, they love jumping off of it. And, okay, fair. I thought it was so, like, people could use it without, like, the dogs. Hey, Scorch, how are you? Maybe I should just read Game of Thrones. Maybe, because I was, like 10 years ago or something, I was at my grandfather's, and my grandfather did not have internet. So, and I did not have data. So my ass was there for, like, 2 days or something. I read so much Game of Thrones. I will read Game of Thrones once the rest of the books are done. Fair enough. We're talking about books. Scorch, do you read books? Like, actual books. I'm not talking about, like, fan fiction or, like, you know, like, comics, like, or like, light novels, like, books. Not as much as I should. I agree. I wasn't really a kid that read a lot. I would, like, read sometimes. Like, I read, like, a handful of books. And I don't even mean, like, the ones that, like, school makes you read. I read, like, The Golden Compass. I remember reading that. I read Dolores Claiborne. I used to read these books, about, like, clay dragons. Because I love dragons. I think dragons are cool. I don't talk about it enough, but I think dragons are very cool. I don't remember what those ones were called, though. I also don't think I had the literacy to actually process those books correctly. But, I read a lot when I was a kid. I did not. Especially when I learned what manga was. Because as a kid, like, I would see comics, right? And, like Marvel comics and stuff like that. And I'd be like, I don't like how those look, so I don't like them, right? I never actually read them. But then I was introduced to manga when I was like 10 or 11. And I was like, I like this a lot. It's like those cartoons that I like to watch, you know? Mainly just school-required studying and then post-school work-related reading. Okay. I hated school-related reading. I did... Like, I feel like these books are fantastic, but, like... You know, when you're forced to read them... I feel like it's, like, I don't know. I didn't care too much. Though, I took a politics class, which is definitely, like, something that I probably shouldn't have taken. But, we read 1984, and I remember I very much enjoyed that book. I want to reread Lord of the Rings. I tried reading Lord of the Rings as a kid, like, not as a kid, but, like, I think I was, like, 13 or something, because we always had the books. And holy shit, did I check out so fast. I should read more. We should all read more. We should all read. You don't want to read anymore after you have to read, like, 30 to 40 pages of tax code shenanigans. That sounds exhausting. Oh, another puppy picture. Oh my god, look at, they're so fluffy and baby fluffy puff balls. Blah. I love little puppies. Oh, little puppies. Oh. Little balls of happiness and fluff. Oh. Nothing is more dry and boring than legal regulatory requirements. Oh, I bet. That sounds grueling. Whenever I have to, like, read something for work or, like, someone sends me an important document and my eyes start glazing over, I'm like, oh god, it's over. Have you ever seen an adult Shih Tzu, like, one in a show coat? Not... I think I've seen pictures of the ones like that where they're all, like, really long and, like, their fur is like a gown and their hair is, like, done up, right? So much fluff. For me, I think it's like, I really like fantasy, but I think I like the idea of fantasy sometimes a bit more than I actually like fantasy. Because I don't care about, like, I hate when it's like, oh, this world is like, this part of, like, this is where the elves live, and then they're like, this is where the dwarfs live, and then they're like, this is where, like, humans live, and this is where, like, some of the fairies are, and then this is where the fish people live. And it's all, like, segmented, and then you're like, oh, they all hate each other, because racism. And then it's just like, oh, yes, my favorite fantasy. This is gonna pop up in the time lapse now. What you drawing today? Okay, so my friend Emma, oh gosh. My friend Emma wrote books about magical girls. And and I'm drawing a picture for it. So basically, these are the two characters. Two of the 7. It's called Rainbow Warriors, and this one is Gretchen. She's the green one, and then this is Roxy, and she's the blue one. And they're kind of like girlfriends in the book later. And I was like, oh my god, they're adorable. I didn't expect that. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be power, friendship, and magical girls, right? Like, and then I was wrong. So never look into Grimdark. Why not? The golden saucer music is sending me, yeah. That's Scarlet, the champion. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh my gosh. It's weird seeing a Shih Tzu's eyes. Look at, oh my gosh. She got her hair all braided. Oh my gosh, she's so happy. She's happy to see you. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, this one's an even better one of her hair. Look. It's weird seeing a Shih Tzu's face. Cause like, they got all that fur and they look kind of like, they kind of look like a chihuahua when you take all the fur away. Oh my god. Look at her in Richmond. It must kind of suck stepping on crates all day. You should get her a little blanket. Maybe. I don't know. I step on stuff like this at work all the time. And I'm like, oh god, that hurts my knees. What a cutie though. Oh my god. I didn't really think that what Shih Tzus would look like if you peeled back all the fur. They have beds, yeah. I have not done gates this week. You gotta do them. Yeah, I'm just in this perpetual, I wish to read more and become enriched, and but then I'm like, God, does my brain just like hate certain I want to read fantasy because fantasy is fun, and like that's the kind of games that I like, and I like a lot of video games that are fantastical. But I'm like, in written form, some of this shit kind of boring. Actually, for the squares, we have cages that are closer together in lines, and they hate it. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Grimdark is like Warhammer 40k. It's intentionally written so nobody ever truly wins. I think that's fine. I think that's more fun. I like dark stories. I just dislike like vapid fantasy racism. I think there's I'm trying to explain this in a way that makes sense. I guess from my perspective, but like there's a lot of times where like people have like all these different races, and it's like the world is wearing hats, I guess. Like this, like specifically, like this is where like the elves are, and the elves have never moved from this area, right? And then they're like, this is where the dwarves are, and the dwarves have never moved from this area. And it's like you have thousands of years of history, and there isn't like, you know, the other ones, like, because people move around a lot, like, and then there's like intermingling parts and stuff, and it's just like the world is wearing hats, and I don't like that. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like when the world is divided into like, this is the fire region, and this is the earth region, and this is the water region, and this is the ba-ba-ba region. That makes more sense from like a geographic standpoint, but it's still just like the world is wearing hats, and I don't like that. And I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but it's something that I just like ping off of. It's not like this is where this place exists. It's just like this collection of people have stayed in this area forever. And I know that happens like to people, but it's like every group of people have stayed in this area forever and nothing has changed, and they hate their neighbors. Yeah, that's kind of what Warhammer does. All the factions are terrible, some are slightly less. Yeah, but I think like Warhammer is different, right? Because they're all like, it's intentionally dark. It's intentionally like, you're supposed to have factions because it's supposed to be for a game, right? But But like when you're like reading or watching something and it's like, oh wow, this world is built, but like and it's not just like, oh, because like this person has stayed in the same area of like this group of people. It's like no one has moved, you know, because the author didn't want to like make their fantasy more like, you know, built. I guess like I get hat theory. You get hat theory? Okay. And it's not just like I dislike fantasy races. Like sometimes I get a little boring, you know. but you know, it gets the point across, whatever. But it's like if you've had like, for example, like elves for like 7,000 years or something, there was never like a group of them that were like, we don't like this and we've moved for whatever reason, and then that can be like a bit of your lore. Or like there aren't dwarves on like 2 different mountains. There's only one mountain in this world. Like, you know, like there should be some legitimate reasons why factions like don't like each other. Yeah, and that it's not just like, oh, because, you know, whatever. Like some legitimate reasons why they don't like each other, and like more than just like this is the dwarves, this is the elves, this is the one. It's just like if it's like your world is split into like a geographic quadrant of like fire, ice, wind, and forest, you know, like, that makes more like fucking Zelda. But it's just like, I don't know. There's just something in my brain that it just pings off me, and I don't. For what I know about 40K, which is not very much, because it's like there to sell plastic, right? I don't take it serious. I know a lot of people take the world building of like, you know, Warhammer 40K a lot more seriously. I personally don't. I think it's just neat. I think the plastic things are cool and they're fun to paint. The dwarf murdered my favorite court jester, some elf, right? Yeah. But it's always like, this might just be like an anime specific problem because it's where I consumed most of my fantasy, but it always felt very much like they're designed to dislike each other because they're supposed to. And I just like, there's one thing that makes me not care about your fantasy races is just having them be superficial, I suppose. Like the dwarf, the baby on the floor, it's her first name. Baby, baby, babe. Oh my god! Tiny baby! Wait, why didn't I copy? Excuse me? Let me open from clipboard. Look at this baby on the floor! Baby on the floor! Baby on the floor! Oh, she's so tiny. You have so many puppos. Oh my gosh. I love them. Oh. I'm not trying to say that it's bad either. I just say that it's something that makes me really bored, you know, like 5 pups, so many puppos. And when it's like introduced, especially when they like try and introduce animes, sometimes some animes are so bad for just being like, look at all the fantasy races that we have here. It's like I'm being introduced to an MMORPG, you know? This is my pet peeve. I'm not trying to like dictate this to anybody else. I just hope it's making sense in some sense. I have more terrible opinions. Actually, this is my free one. I think people put too much stake into world building for world building's sake. I know for things like Warhammer 40K, that's like the entire thing. Like that's where all the things exist, and you get to play around in that. And I get that for those kind of things where it's like, oh, like this is a story of which you're supposed to participate in, like, you know, like D&D and stuff. So like, here is your world building. That's where all the stake comes from, you know, like stuff like that. But when it comes to like a piece of media that you're supposed to experience that's telling a narrative, and people start talking about like lore and world building as being like the penultimate thing, I kind of start rolling my eyes. Since we're on the topic of fantasy worlds, since I'm done with pups, can I share the next D&D campaign I'm running? Absolutely. And I will harshly judge it. No. Please do. Oh, I can talk shit about things I've experienced, but I'm not very good at critiquing things. I'm really bad, like, unless I'm like, I'm gonna say instinctively. It's not instinctive. Unless I'm like actively trying to like criticize something, I find it really hard to be like, I liked this, you know? And people are gonna be like, but that means your media literacy is bad. And it's like, no, sometimes I just engage with things because I want to be entertained, and that doesn't mean I want to have massive critical thought. But the internet will have you make believe that if you're not actively identifying themes and how they relate to the overall narrative and the world building, goddamn the fucking world building. I like hanging around in a lot of like writing subreddits because I can't write for shit, and I like to learn things from people who might write. But that's also sometimes the worst thing that you can do when you want to learn how to do a task is look at the subreddit for it, because people are gonna give you like 800 different suggestions, and people are gonna talk about like the way that they do things as like the way to do it, and then they're not even successful at the thing that they do, and in terms of like, you know, like having readers or publishing a book. So sometimes it's the worst thing to do is look at the Reddit, but there's a lot of people talking about things. And there's a lot of people who just do a lot of world building, but then have really boring stories too. Mm-hmm. Anyways, those are my pet peeves with fantasy, and that's why I like look at like books, like fantasy books, and I'm just like, I don't want to read this because it seems boring. So the world is one mega city that's held on after a major magic war that shattered the fundamentals of the world. Outside the remaining city, the world is a barren wasteland where nothing survives. However, 800 years, the survivors banded together and grew back stronger. A melting pot of cultures reformed and went through the Industrial Revolution and more or less created a 1920 era town. Is that the one town, one city, or is that like a separate one? That seems neat. That's for some reason I started thinking about like metaphor, not talking about, but like thinking about metaphor because like, what was it, like the Grand Capital in Metaphor was like this big city surrounded by like desert wasteland, and it was very cool. That seems neat. A 1920s era town. That's cool. I think that's cool. And would it be more like, so as like a campaign, would it be like trying to like bring life back to the wasteland? Would it be like exploring the wasteland? Would it be like some mysteries in the city? You know, like there's so many like options that you could go for, you know? And political drama in the city. I remember one campaign that I did. I didn't do it. I don't think I did it, but we ended up like farming. And it was honestly kind of fun trying to like farm and build a farm as like a group. think this is... It's looking quite menacing, I think, except this roof. So the campaign is more sandboxy, but it's a corrupt city that's ran by a handful of crime families, the government being only a puppet of its former self. Okay, so lots of drama in those streets. That's fun. It seems neat. Instead of being like adventuring, you're kind of doing what you're doing in the city. That's neat. That's neat. (1920) noir style. Let's go. Hey Chihuahua, how are you? Good, how are you? I'm good, I'm good. She looking a little lopsided. Oh no. Fantasy is such a fun genre, though. It's so fun to just, because you can do anything. So it's really boring when people choose to do boring things. I don't know, like I mean, boring is subjective at the end of the day, but it's like, I don't know. Hello, Felix. Felix, what are your bad opinions, huh? Like mine. What are they, huh? Hmm? You wanna come up? You wanna come up and tell the stream what your bad opinions are? Like I am? I'd like to read more though. It's fun to read. Reading is fun, but I read a lot of comics. I've been in this Discord for webcomic creators, and people can like post, like they make like a thread for their story, and I go through the thread and I like read the entire story, and I'm like, ooh. And then I get excited, and then I follow another story on Webtoons. And it's been really fun, but the one side of it is it sucks because you can like consume someone's years and years and years worth of like drawing a comic in like 40 minutes to like an hour and a half usually, because these are all people working by themselves, and that feels bad when you think about it. Like, oh, I just binge read like 20 chapters of a comic, and it's over now for now, and this took this person like a year to do this. I feel like the time that I invested in it is like not even like a 0.01% of the time that this person put in there. And that's crazy. I read all of One Piece in a month. Holy shit. I mean, yeah, 40 years. 25 years of that shit. I thought it was 40. I thought it was 40. Right, that shit sucks. Like, do you ever think about that when you like want to work on a project of some sort and you're like Um, and you're like, oh wow, this thing has been running for like 20 years. This is gonna take me a long time. And then you do it in like a fraction, like a 0.01% of the time that it took to produce. Do you ever think about that? Like, I mean, like, you could put so much time into something. Like, one of my favorite podcasts to listen to is a podcast called The Draftsman's Podcast. Hi, Felix. And there's a guy on it whose name is Marshall Vandruff, and his favorite thing, like every single episode, he would talk about like the media that he likes and how like he would spend like he would want to like sit down with people and like just dissect that thing for however long, like spend like a month on like books that he likes reading and break them down, or like movies that he likes watching. I always thought that was a really good idea, but there's like way too much stuff, you know? There's way too much stuff. I gotta get that old man energy and be like, yes, this story. It just I don't know. Like it's like I should reread a bunch of these, especially like my favorite ones, and just kind of like analyze them a little bit and be like, ooh, because there's one that has like puzzles in the chapters, and I'm like, there's puzzles. Okay, where is, so there's this. Okay. Okay, I need to find a brush, I think. Is it this one? Yes, it was that one. I'm gonna just do it above this. So I think one thing that I need to do on this is it needs to like be lighter up here, I think. Maybe. Or darker? Let me... I'll just make them really light, and that'll be contrasty. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, perfect. Cloud of Darkness ass theme. Let's go. Reading One Piece is way faster than watching. I bet. I could never. I'm watching the live actions. That's my consumption of One Piece. Yeah, that's what I did. Reading was so goated. A, I'm going into the belly. B, belly time. C, coming into the belly. Bro, you know what? I don't know if it's the same on your data center, but when you're just like, everybody go in the belly. Like, all you have to do is like leave like a tank or something out. Like, every single alliance can go into the belly and just rip that shit apart. But everyone's like, no, it has to be B. A adds, B belly, C chains. I need Team D for die, please. Back in my day, Crystal used to tank the bone dragon in the middle. So this is someone who sticks to my letter, yeah? I go in the belly. Normally. Or I don't do anything. Some days I'm tired to my roulette and I'm just like, I ain't participating. I'm here to kill. I kill Cerberus. Before the data center changed though, like the travel, Crystal used to tank the bone dragon in the middle, and I remember those days quite fondly. We were brave. Sometimes you might die. This tank pull it north stuff. Cowards. No, why? Why not? Why not? Yeah, the skeletons are gonna get there. Healers. It's time to go. It's downtime anyways. When wipes happen, that's usually why. It's so funny. Yeah, that's why I love it, because it's funny. It's funny little wipes. It's funny wipes in Crystal Tower. It's time to heal, healers, though. It's time to heal. You just have to heal. I miss tanking in middle. That stuff was so funny. I love rolling the dice. Or the Atomo section. Oh my god, yes. Yes. 3 people need to be on the pad. Either everybody in the Alliance would like to be on the pad, or nobody in the Alliance wants to be on the pad. It's such a funny mechanic. I'm surprised they didn't remove it. Or people greet the last boss and we all die. Yep. Actually, no, that makes sense why they didn't remove the Atomo. Stand on the pad. They need to make more alliances that are like that. That just actively makes the player base hate each other. I'm joking. I'm joking a little bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. The old alliance raids need some kind of hurt. Yeah, that's why we should tank Bone Dragon middle. Valid point. I don't feel that strongly about it. I just think it's funny. Oh my god, me as a fish. Oh my god. Some more sprout healers. Yeah. Even when you don't have sprout healers and it's like, oh wow, we're taking all this damage and nobody is healing. Like, it's so funny. Some poor sprout healer, yeah. Especially a sprout healer who's like, yes, I'm helping. I'm dealing damage. And then everyone just explodes and they're like, what happened? Oh my god. I've been playing, I think it's like literally like this. I think it was like July 5th or something that I started playing 10 years ago. Holy shit. It's like it's almost like my 10-year anniversary of Final Fantasy XIV. Oh my god. That also means that I moved out 10 years ago. Oh my god. So Final Fantasy XIV, I started playing it because my girlfriend was like, come on guys, come on, let's play this game. My favorite streamer says 14's really good. Come on, let's play 14. Come on, I'll just get the demo, you know, 14-day demo, and you can try it. And then if you don't like it, we don't have to play it. But you know, if you do like it, we can play it. And that's how I started playing 14. It was about a month of us living together, and she was like, please, please, Oh, Lisa Ra, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My subscribed hours is 4,990. Oh, wow. I don't know what mine is. It has to be a lot. I started playing like July 2016. 2016 was when I started playing. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. My playtime is so much less. I don't play too much anymore. I have it on Steam. But Steam is like... I have 11,000 hours of playtime, but I haven't really played too much in Dawn Trail. I should probably log in. It's been a hot minute. I need a cap. I haven't capped for a hot second. So funny thing, so since working on like my comic and kind of most of the year, I've just been like, I really like drawing and that's what I want to do, which has been fantastic. I've been having a lot of fun. I haven't really been playing games. So my girlfriend on the calendar, we have a calendar on our fridge, wrote that tomorrow I must play video games. So I'm gonna play video games tomorrow. I have to play video games for a few hours tomorrow. I just finished my stream and jumped into bed and saw you were live, so I stopped to say hi. Hi, thank you. I didn't know you streamed. Do you stream often? Or is it kind of just like a when I feel like it thing? I started. This was my Oh, you're just starting streaming. Oh, that's exciting. I'll try and catch them. If I'm not streaming at the same time. I love your illustration. Thank you. It's based on my friend's I want to say web novel, but they're books, magical girl story books, and I wanted to make them something for it. Something simple though. I get carried away sometimes. I'm trying not to get too carried away with this one, though it probably does look a little carried away at this point. But I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to get too carried away with details and rendering. I'm trying to keep it simple. God, the Cloud of Darkness theme just hits me in a way, because I've done, I'm sure everybody here has done, everybody who plays 14 has done the Crystal Tower raids far too many times. I understand the disease, yeah. This is gonna be really simple. The last illustration I finished, I was like, this is gonna be really simple. It's just gonna be a little bit of color, a little bit of this, a little bit of shading, a little bit of rendering, and it's gonna be like quick, in and out. Like, I'm gonna get this done so fast. And then it took, the time on clip was like 25 hours or something like that. The music is iconic. It's so good. OG spooky tunes. Yeah, spooky. Whoa, spooky. And she teleports away, and you're like, why did I get laser beamed? And the violin. That's such a good, like, violin going. Oh my god, a swordfish! I think making the background dark was a good choice for me. Good job, me. Good job, me making artistic choices. I'm also trying to use texture brushes for once in my life. I always avoid them for some reason, but I thought this one would be a good one to just hit with texture. It's looking really good. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, if you like how this looks, if you see Emma yapping in Discord or in the stream, be nice about it, but encourage her to let you read it and make it a public thing to read. Because I think that would be good. So I think I'm gonna check. Oh my god, a sword. Fuck. I'm pretty sure she shared it. Book. I thought she shared it in my server at one point. But maybe she did not. That takes so long to scroll back up too. There's so much food. There's so many images. But I remember it was when like Danny posted their story and like Reach posted their story. Oh, there's a little bit of writing there, so maybe it's not. Maybe it's not too far off. Maybe. Okay, there's the Uma Musume. I thought she posted it. Oh, she did. Okay, yes. There is one from the end. The end of December last year. Literally on New Year's Eve at 1 a.m. she posted the first book. Okay. Which art program do you use again? I use Clip Studio Paint. I only use Clip Studio because I had like a pirated version of Paint Tool Sai many years ago, and it stopped working. Like it just would not open. I got like a weird thing about a file missing or something, and it just never worked again. And I still had like the file that like I extracted it from, and it stopped. It just didn't work. So I don't know if it was like a Microsoft update that broke it or something, like the pirated version that I had. So then I was like, well, I have a job now. I guess I'll try to find another art program. And then I got the Clip Studio. Was like new at the time. Like it wasn't, technically it's not new because Clip Studio used to be Manga Studio. But when it like became Clip Studio, I remember an artist that I liked, Red Juice. If you've seen like Guilty Crown, he did most of the key art and he designed the characters for that. But he was like, oh, I'm trying out Clip Studio Paint, whatever, and he has like, I think some of his brushes are like the brushes to go get, you know, like they're like these are the Clip Studio like pencil brushes or whatever. But I was like, I guess I'll try out this Clip Studio Paint, despite like nobody seemingly using it at the time. This is back in like 2014, by the way. So like it wasn't as like widespread as it is today. And I was like, oh, I really like how this feels. And I pretty much bought it like immediately after doing a little doodle. And now here we are, where almost everybody uses Clip if they're not using Photoshop. Also, I learned, so if anybody wants to get Clip Studio Paint, by the way, you can get Clip Studio Paint on Humble Bundle right now for version 5 for a fraction of the price. So that might be something to look into. I like to get like Sony Vegas from Humble Bundle, whenever that's available. When is it ever available though? I don't know. A lot of people like argue about which art program is like the good one, and it's like it's such a question, I guess. Like some of them don't have features that you might want. Like if you want to animate, not every single one is gonna be able to animate and stuff, or like animate easily. Because who was it like back in the day? The guy who did like the draw with me animation. He drew every frame in Photoshop and then just imported each frame into like Premiere and then made his video. But so you can always like find ways around the limitations, typically. I don't know, it's just like the art program is like the brand of pencil you use, I guess, where like your own ability to draw and make something is really what's gonna like make it good or not. I don't even know if that was anything that you were interested in, but I just see a lot of people like being like, oh, is clip good? Is this one good? Is critic good? Is Medibang good? Is this one good? It's like, it doesn't, as long as you can do like, as long as it has brushes, you have like endless possibilities, right? Like brushes and layers. Okay, I need to erase some of the stuff on Gretchen. There's certain things that are like gonna like vibe with people better, and I think that's more of what to like keep in mind. It's like, you know, I don't know if anyone ever stumbles upon this, but sometimes people be like, what's the best app to write my story in? And sometimes it's just like whatever one you got, you know? Like it's only a 12-month license for that Humble Bundle, by the way. Is it? Oh, shit, that sucks. I thought it was like the full... I thought it was just like you get the perpetual version 5 license. Oh, that sucks. I mean, if you only plan to use it for a year, or like you really like it and you're willing to pay for more of Clip, I guess. Damn. I'm spreading misinformation out here. My main art program is this one I have on my phone that I paid like $2 for at some point. Is it like Ibis Paint? A lot of people use Ibis Paint. I can't imagine drawing on my phone though. Like even with a stylus, that seems like so confined, but... I don't know, maybe if my pen felt good. I'm using my Cintiq pen on my phone right now. It doesn't do anything. But I'm like, oh, maybe if it was like that, but... Art flow. Interesting, interesting. Drawing on my phone screen is not ideal. Fair enough, fair enough. Another fun like art discussion is like, what tablet should I use? You know, like should I use a screen tablet? Should I use a regular tablet? Some days like today make me wish that my ass still had my old Intuos, because then it wouldn't be so warm. I can't imagine drawing on your phone screen would be like ideal at all, but some people really vibe with that. They're like, this is my favorite thing, drawing on my phone with my finger or whatever. I know, like, Zeronis. I don't know if you know who he is, but he used to work at Riot. I don't know what he does now. I think he's just, like, he just does, like, pinups and stuff. But, he draws on his phone. Well, he draws with his finger on a tablet. On his iPad, I believe. I want to steal my Huon. I think you can turn the display off and still use it. No, I'm good. I'm good. Where am I gonna put the 20-pound Cintiq? I need a proper drawing tablet. Would advise getting one. Even if it doesn't have a screen, you know? Just having, like, the space to draw on something that's connected to something that is not your phone. Sometimes I'm like, what am I gonna do when, like, cause, like, one day this thing will die, right? Like, its drivers aren't supported anymore, but people have a workaround for that. And I found a workaround for that, but just whatever day that, you know, Windows 11 is like, these drivers do not work together anymore. And I'll be like, oh God. But like one day this thing isn't going to turn on anymore, or it's not going to detect pressure anymore. And I'm like, what am I going to do after that? Do I get like a Huon? Do I get another Cintiq? Do I go back to just like a normal non-display tablet? Like, what do I do? I had this mini one, but it was kind of obnoxious, and then it randomly stopped working. Oh no. I've had this one for 10 years now. 10 years in October. I've had my Cintiq for. I've never had a tablet. I've had 3 tablets before, but one was like a really like short period of time. But I had like this old Wacom Bamboo, and like when you look up what Wacom Bamboo is now, it's like it's a completely different thing. But like I had the Wacom Bamboo from like 2010 or 2011, and that was my shit back in the day. But ooh, that's not the right brush. This one, and that thing I gave it to my friend because I got an Intuos Pro. In like 2015 or 2014, something like that. I only had it for a very short amount of time before I got my Cintiq. And, words. And that one lasted my friend until like 2020 or something. And then I gave away my Intuos Pro to my brother's girlfriend at the time because she did art. And I don't know how that's holding up, but I think they still work. There's a Wacom I got off Amazon. Yeah, Wacom's drivers, like for whatever reason, tablet drivers are like, no one's got them down pat yet. Like they all suck in their own way. For whatever reason, I don't know. But it's like, oh, this pen that comes with some pressure, it just ain't fucking working. It's so funny. There's so many brands of tablets now. There's like XP Pen, there's Huion, there's you could just get an iPad. Oh my god. People who use iPads are crazy. Like, not crazy that they use it, but like, I remember I've asked like 2 or 3 times before I bought my Samsung tablet because I wanted to draw on the go, and I was like, what is a good tablet that is not an iPad to draw on the go? And people would just be like, just get an iPad. Do you know how expensive iPads are? Holy shit, they're so expensive. I don't even care that it's like an Apple product. That shit is so expensive. And you have to buy the pen. No, thank you. That shit is expensive. And then I'll buy a refurbished one. No, actually, how about we don't? How about we just buy something that isn't gonna cost the same amount as my stupid tablet I have now. That's not portable in the slightest. I guess it is portable, technically, as everything is portable if you are brave enough. But the people who are like, just draw on your iPad, just get an iPad to draw on, it's crazy because they just will not accept anything else as being an option. And despite the fact that you're like, not an iPad, they're like, but iPad though, and you're like, but not an iPad. iPad not. This has happened to me like 3 times in my life as well, of being like, not iPad, portable tablet, and just getting told, get iPad. I had someone be like, you're missing out on the best drawing experience of your life by not having an iPad. And I'm like, I think I'm okay. But granted, that person was from like 2016 or something ish. And now I have my Cintiq, I have a shitty Samsung tablet to draw on. And yeah. Granted, my tablet that I use at work, my Samsung one, is not very good. Like, it's not good, but I didn't want something that was going to, like, replace this. You know, I wanted to take, like, stuff with me and be able to draw in, like, a digital sketchbook. I didn't want to be like, I have, like, this mobile workstation that I take with me and I do all my big work on it. Because my big workstation is my home. But I don't know if this makes sense. Or anything. Or if it's even remotely interesting to, like, yap about, but it's constantly been an annoyance in my life. iPad people. Fucking iPad people. I want to get rid of that color. Why is it like this in the background? Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. I didn't know that you drew those, Scorch. I think I can work on the characters. I want to do the big ones first. I want to indulge a little bit. And that's all that stuff. So we'll just do it on top. Ooh, I might use someone with color jitter just for fun. Need to move this panel that you cannot see over here. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Also, art fight is going on right now. I don't know if anybody in chat is participating. I'd wish to participate. However, everyone is like going crazy on it. Sorry, I got distracted. I want to participate in Art Fight this year. Last year, I finished a big project I was working on, and I went sicko mode on Art Fight. I was like, oh my god, I'm drawing stuff again for funds. And I'd like to do Art Fight again this year a little bit, but I'm just like, oh, will I have time? But I think I might do a lot of them traditionally. I haven't even like considered making a hit list or anything. Everyone like spends all this time preparing for Art Fight, and then I'm just like, I'm gonna hit random people. I like to attack people in Art Fight who are like not very popular. For me, drawing means doing quick and not too great sketches of my TTRPG characters. That's so fair. That's so fair. It's different for everyone, right? Like, I don't know. I think a lot of people view like getting better at art as this very like a linear, like everyone's on the same goal thing. Especially when it's like representational art, like, or like fan art, or like making prints and stuff. I feel like everyone just kind of assumes that everyone's in the same, like everyone wants to do, like, get better because XYZ reason, and because we want to be professional or whatever. And it's like, oh, not everybody wants to. Not everyone wants to treat it like a 9-to-5 job, you know? Like, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, maybe if your goals, you want to be like a artist that makes money, maybe your skills gotta be up there. But there's so many people who make money, or so many people with, like, really good skills that just don't make any money as well. Ugh, it's just a terrible existence, being in a creative industry of any sort. Yeah, I wish all talented people could make a living doing what they love, right? It's crazy that you just, like, it's so hard. Like, even the people that you think are like, oh, they're well off, you know, when you, like, actually, like, learn and you're like, oh my god, they are just as cooked as I am. Like, that shit's crazy. Like, I always think about, like, I watched this documentary, it was a really short documentary about, like, how bad, like, not bad financially, but, like, just how much touring sucks for bands. And there was one part of the documentary from, I don't know if you ever heard, like, Beyond the Black, but it was following them and a band called Set Your Sails, touring in, it wasn't following them, it was just kind of them at, like, one venue. But it was like them setting up, them arriving, them talking about it. There's like these interview portions and stuff. And they talked about the fact that every single one of them had a job that was not, like, music related for the most part. Like, just because performing and, like, doing this larger than life stuff didn't pay their bills. And, like, how they all had, like, another job, despite being, like, multiple albums deep and stuff. And it's like, that's crazy. That's crazy, because I was always like, oh, if you're, like, performing shows, you have all these fans, obviously you're, like, making all this money. And it just kind of, like, snapped everything into perspective. They're like, no, this shit's fucking hard. Even with celebs, like, Critical Role level, I think the all-time how cool it would be to do voiceover work, TTRPGs for a living. But then I realized that line of work has its own stressors and limits. Yeah. Not to mention, like, you know, Critical Role was kind of, like, successful, too, because, like, it was really good, and it was, like, before that kind of, in my understanding, it was before that kind of thing got, like, really, really big. Like, my income is guaranteed with VA work and stuff. It's definitely not, right? It's like the trade-off of, like, you gotta hustle, you gotta, like, build yourself up, and you gotta grind in your free time, unfortunately, or have someone to support you, like a spouse or a family or something that's just like, yeah, I'll bear the brunt of financial responsibilities in this economy. And, like, it's not bad to dabble, you know, it's not meant to be like, you know, don't do it, but it's like, realistically, your expectations have to be, like, you know, realistic, I guess. It's like learning that, like, if you're a published author, for example, you might not be living off that book, right? That book may not even, like, help your income, right? Baby steps in the more creative fields. Yeah, and unfortunately, like, with art, you know, I'm talking visual art specifically, there's not a lot of jobs anymore, you know? A lot of the jobs are, like, freelance, or they're, like, you know, they're being, unfortunately, replaced. And sometimes, like, the thing that you want to do, right? Like, so for me, like, I had a mentor, And I told him that I wanted to be a concept artist, and I feel like he immediately saw through my bullshit because, like, I drew shit like this still back then, no. And this is not very concept arty. This is very illustrative, right? Like this is narratively based illustration. And he spent a long time pointing that out to me, and that there's a lot of things that you lose working in like a studio. Like you gain stable income, right? You gain stability, you gain income. But you lose a lot of like creative freedom. You're like working on other people's ideas. You typically aren't going to be working on your own. Like obviously you can inject your own ideas into it, but like as like a junior concept artist, they're going to be like draw like 50 axes for this, like draw 50 of like these kind of axes and stuff, and you have to draw like 50 axes, and if that's not your thing, it's going to be a grueling process, right? Like if you don't love drawing axes, you might be like, holy shit. Or if you just don't love like the monotony of it, you know, you might just be like, I fucking hate this. But then it's like the alternative is like freelancing or like selling your own products and stuff. And that involves the thing that people really hate to talk about, and that is marketing. And using social media and more marketing, you know. It's like an entirely different skill of its own that like people talk about, but people don't really want to talk about it, you know. People don't want to talk about the realistic side of it, where it's like, if I just grind on social media, eventually I'll pop off. But then popping off doesn't always like net you any rewards. On one hand, you would be really good at drawing axes. Right? Yeah. Social media is too volatile. Yeah, and like the problem with like everyone wants to like pop off, right? That's like, oh, one day it's just gonna pop off, right? It's really nice to like imagine that day where like you get all these like sudden this influx of views and stuff, but like a lot of the time that like doesn't translate to like a follower, you know. Like I've popped off a few times, not like on a massive scale, like I did, like not like virality, but like back in the day, I posted like playthroughs of 14, right? And the Shadowbringers one for the ending, that video got way out of control. Like my videos had like maybe 2 digits of views, right? Like maybe 10, you know, maybe a few hundred, I don't remember specifically. But then I dropped the final video for Shadowbringers, and that thing is my most viewed video at like 80,000 or something. Something crazy, something dumb. Maybe it was 50, but I got a lot of followers for it on YouTube, but that doesn't translate to like views today. And like, I remember back in like 2020 or something, whenever Strive was coming out and Jacko came out, and I drew Jacko, and I remember just like waking up and my post had exploded, like it popped off, but I didn't gain followers from that. It was just a whole bunch of like FGC people who like FGC artwork, and like it felt good at the time. It's these like really big bursts of like, oh wow, that feels really good, right? Like you popped off, but it doesn't like translate to anything very much, if that makes sense. Like it's just this big rush in, and it makes you feel like the dopamine gets going, but then you crash after. And the stuff that generates guaranteed views is the kind of junk that you have to get rid of your soul for. Yeah, there is that part. Like sometimes, like not to say anything about like pinup people or not safe for work artwork, but like that stuff is kind of like the epitome of the same thing. Like people are there because they like it and not because they like you. And you really want people to like you to like sell a product and sell, you know, yourself. And those kind of like become imposed on one another. I don't have attention span enough to follow trends like that. Yeah. But the other ways to go about it is to like have some kind of like narrative thing that you actively talk about. But then it's really hard to talk about that stuff. It's just really hard. It's really hard. I'm just trying to say that it's really hard, you know? It's really hard to exist online. It's really hard to exist in creative spaces. It's really hard. and everyone wants to pop off and everyone wants to be big, but then also like the other half of popping off is criticism. Like, not like if you become popular like overnight, for example, there's people who are just gonna hate your existence because you did. Like, there was I follow a lot of art subreddits as well, and there was somebody like something about PewDiePie making a manga or something. I don't really know anything about that, but one of the comments was that it was unfair that his manga is getting all this attention when people have been drawing manga for years, right? Like, it's this like weird, he doesn't deserve it because we've been working hard at it for a long time. And it's just like radiates like insecurity, I guess. I like too many different things. Yeah, when I tried to make content, I kept jumping all over the place and did not stick to one thing. Yeah, you kind of gotta like figure out the umbrella term for it, you know, like I guess for like fan art that's really difficult, right? But like if you can kind of identify not like what your art is, but why it is, that makes things a lot easier. When you have a giant platform like that, it's pretty easy to get a lot of traction. Yeah. And like from the like little thumbnails, it didn't even seem like it was that bad. Or anything for like his manga, but yeah. So like the whole like what it is and why it is kind of thing, like I want to do like narrative illustrations, right? Like that's what I want to focus on. I don't want to be like doing fan art anymore that's just kind of like pinups, you know? I want there to be like a story. I want it to like express something. And that's kind of like more of the whys, if that makes sense. Like I want my artwork to be like dramatic and colorful and be telling some kind of story or giving some kind of mood. I don't want to just draw like anime girl number 576 staring at the camera, very pretty, you know? I've not followed PewDiePie in a number of years. Last I saw him, his wife moved to Japan. I never even followed PewDiePie. Now that he's like doing art or something, he pops up in a lot of art feeds now when people talk about it. And then it gets drama. Artists love drama. It is interesting though, because like TikTok is the worst about just dropping in the middle of some drama between two people with no context. I bet. I don't look at my For You page very, very often. But I bet it does. But I'm also the kind of person who's like, ooh, drama. I wanna find the origins of this. I used to watch a lot of art commentary because it was just kind of like fun because it would be vaguely related to artwork. But some of those people who do art commentary are some of the most like deranged people to have ever done it. I don't know how to describe it beyond that. But like there is so much petty art drama. I can't even like I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I certainly do. There is so many arbitrary rules that people come up with to like make drama up about like art. Like some of the stuff that I see online on Twitter too, that gets obviously blown up on YouTube by like, you know, art commentary channels. It's always so like not that deep. TikTok is the worst about just I already read that one. And then it just like art drama just kind of like permeates and then people get upset about it, and then people start like being like, oh, am I not supposed to act this way or like do this thing? And sometimes it's not even that deep. Let me open Twitter right now. I bet there's some juicy art thing going on right now. No, not right now. I just got some. Everything's ruined by Deltarune right now. I'm trying to find art drama. I found someone very upset about a review on VGen. I'm just like, there's so much of it, and then I'm like, I can't find any! Oh, so like, back on June 24th, Kuno was trying to explain, well, that you need to work hard to get good at art. and that caused the whole thing, which was really funny. I've not started any of Deltarune. I played the heck out of Undertale. I've never played Undertale, and I played the first 5 chapters so far of Deltarune. Because my friend was like, but Soren, it's free. And I was like, okay, I'll play Deltarune, but I've never played Undertale. Is that okay? And they're like, it'll be funny. And I'm like, okay. So now I have Undertale on my list to play. But, I'm gonna play it when I'm done Deltarune. So, in like 2-3 years when Deltarune's done, I'll play Undertale. It was a lovely game. I was like... Undertale was one of the games where like the fandom made me not want to interact with the game at all, if that makes sense. Because of just how like crazy everybody seemed. Yeah. Also the fact that like people like spoiling things about it, you know? To try and like... They're like, oh, but it's like the best thing ever told because it has this thing in it. And I got that a lot from people. It was just like getting constantly annoyed to play this one thing, and I'm just like, I will never engage with it. But then I played Deltarune because a friend who only ever gave me really good game suggestions told me that maybe I would probably like it, and that chapter 1 and 2 were free. And I was like, okay, because it's you, I'll give it a go. And yeah, I ended up, I didn't vibe with it too much at first. Like, I thought it was fine, but by like the end of the 2nd chapter, I was like, oh, I kind of like this. And then I watched all the Weird Route stuff, and then I was like, yeah, I like this. This is neat. I did not mess with the fandom. That's so fair. That's so understandable. People be crazy a little bit. But yeah, I've never played Undertale, so it's really funny for my friend to see my reactions. Because I don't know who any of these people are. Like Toriel's from Undertale. Asgore is too, I guess. These flowers are from Undertale. All these villagers. The Sans is there for some reason. I don't know why he's there. And I'm like, this is neat. Everyone says silly little things. Kind of like with Final Fantasy VII fandom. I love the games, but no thank you to the fandom. Oh my god, yeah. They are so crazy. They are insane. I feel bad for like any content creator in the 7 fandom that isn't like like who's just trying to like be like, I like this game a lot, and then just gets like wombo comboed by shipper discourse. That's at least all I see from like 7 is just this like, oh my god, a Cloud with Aerith or Cloud with Tifa fight. I can't wait for Revelation to be out and to get worse, to get bad again. And I know it's only like a few people, but those few people, like the majority of people in a fandom are pretty just silent consumers, right? So when you have like those loud people and then like the like kind of talky people are echoing those points or arguing them, it makes it seem so much worse than it actually is too. Besides, everyone knows it's Claudie, Xerath, or Artie, right? There's so many. It's so weird to me. Like, I don't know if anyone vibes with this too. Shipping discourse is such a foreign concept to me. Like, whenever I see it, I'm always like shook. If I don't join your next stream, you know why, yeah. I'll remember you, Scorch. But it's such like a weird thing to me that people get so like worked up about it and stuff. Like I can't, like, it's I'm not like a shipper. Like I'm always like rooting for like the canon couple, you know? Especially if I like them. Like Clive and Jill in 16. Oh my god, perfection. You know? But I've never come up from a piece of media and been like, oh my god, these two would be so cute together. Like, I've never done that. So, like, just seeing how, like, crazy some people get about their ships, it always feels so, like, foreign to my existence, if that makes sense. Like, it's the one thing that shows me that we have completely different lives. Because I'm like, I want to talk about the meaning of the story and the themes. And then other people are like, I want to talk about, does Cloud deserve Tifa? Should Cloud end up with Tifa or Aerith? And I'm like, oh, but the themes, bro. The themes. You know, the parallels, the foreshadowing. Can we talk about the no shipping? Like, what reason would these two characters have to be together? I think it's a really fun, like... Well, yeah, I don't really understand ships that have no actual basis for them to work. Like, what reason would these two characters have to be together? I think it's, like, a fun thought experiment, but some people get, like, way too, like, crazy with it. Like, I could totally understand if you're like, oh, like... I'm trying to think of, like if, Jessie in 7 met, Yuffie. And Yuffie was older. What kind of relationship would these two chaotic women have together? You know, like something like that. And you think about it and you're like, oh, actually, I think this would be very fun. They would be crazy. It would be absolute chaos. And it would, you know, you start thinking about it. But then, like, when people start being like, Jessie and Yuffie is the only way. Or like, if other people start shipping them and they're like, I don't like the way that you're not treating these characters with the respect. It's so weird. It's like claiming ownership over it a little bit. It's very I don't know, when it gets extreme, it's fun to like play around, right? And I think everyone just wants to play at the end of the day, but it's when play becomes personal, I guess, is when it starts to like make me incredibly uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Like, I met multiple people who, like, get upset if they see, like, if they have, like, an OC or something that they ship with, like, with like, a character. Like, if I was like, this is my OC and she's a Cloud or whatever, and somebody else is like, oh, but I ship Cloud with my OC, and then my mental health is now ruined because I saw that. I was like, what? I need to finish Rebirth probably, but I don't have any context for you thinking having any potential romantic stuff anyways. Girls just wants your materia and to be the best ninja ever. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Yuffie has any romantic stuff, really. But, you know, in the case that you can put two characters together, you know, that was all. I was like, Jessie doesn't interact with Yuffie. The OCs, yeah. It's... And, like, again, like, making OCs and stuff is really fun, and, like, making OCs for, like, a universe and stuff, it's really fun. It's, like, a fun little thing to just do, right? But then, like, everything just gets, like, its dark side, where it's, like, when you get too, like, possessive of it, you know? Where it becomes, like, this weird facet of your life that if anybody else does this incorrectly, your day is now ruined. And I'm sure it's not that many people. I'm sure like most people are pretty just chill, but I have encountered more than 2 who do this. And I'm like, I don't know how you exist. For me, OCs is my 14 character, my TTRPG character. Mine are like, I never really considered my 14 character to be an OC until like I started taking it on as my persona online, and I started giving her kind of a backstory, but it's very like, this is how I played Final Fantasy XIV over the years, that I'm just gonna turn it into a story, you know? There's been some wild OC related drama for sure. It's crazy. It's so insane. The OC drama that pops up. And the thing is like every character, like I find it interesting on like online art spaces or stuff where people are like, they have all these rules for how you can interact with their OCs, right? Like they don't want this or this or that, but like every IP, like every character in Final Fantasy VII is an OC to like someone on the writing team. Like it's owned by Square Enix at the end of the day, but like it's the same functional thing. But whenever like a character gets put in like the public eye or something, the idea that it's somebody's little baby, the same way that your like OC is your little baby, just like completely eviscerates, you know? Like it's gone. They all belong to Nomura, right? At the Nomura, whoever wrote Sakaguchi, I don't remember. They're all Nomura's now. Thank you, Nomura, for sharing your OCs. He doesn't stop. This man doesn't stop. He is a gift that keeps giving OCs. My partner was playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and she just finished the Toy Story world. And the whole bit with, like, Verum Rex, oh my god, that stuff is, it's so Final Fantasy 13 verses coded. It's so good. It's so good. Nomura is such a crazy guy. I hope Yozora is back in Kingdom Hearts 4. Me too. Me too. I need more Kingdom Hearts 4 information that isn't just Quadratum, you know? Like, and these mobile game characters. Like, what Disney worlds are we going to? I need to know. I need to see him again. And yeah, like, will he be back? Will hims be back? Oh, Gluppity Schlop. We've done a whole listen to of the out. That's fine. I gotta bounce. Have a great rest stream. I'm probably gonna stop soon because I'm getting a little hungry. And all that. But thank you for the yap. Thank you for hanging out. Eat the foods. We got girl dinner today. We got just a lot of cheese and crackers and some meat because it's so hot. Mood. It's so warm. I hope it cools down soon. Oh my god. I had to like water my flowers with extra water today because I wasn't going outside during the day to water them, and I skipped doing it yesterday, so they were like, oh, I'm sad. My little plant baby's getting ignored because it's too hot. I finally got a first bloom though. My one flower is finally blooming. And it's crazy. I love seeing my little plant babies. My plant babies growing. Oh, my tummy just went rumble. I'll probably stop at 6:30, so in like 5 minutes. But we'll be back on Saturday, playing Road to Empress for the first time. And we'll see how that goes, and hopefully it's not nearly as warm. Oh my god. I want to make her skin darker. I think I messed up a little bit with how bright this is. papaya. Papaya, 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 papaya. I want to make... I just want to make, like, the light come from, like, their hands or something, like, yippee! Friendship! I don't think I really planned out where the light was gonna come when I originally did this. Papaya. Whoop. Papaya, papaya. Mm-hmm. Papaya, 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 papaya. Papaya, papaya. Whoa. Is he under my desk? No. Where is he? Is he hiding in there? Or is he using it? One sec. She's being a silly little man. Papaya, 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 papaya. Hi, Bunny. He came out. All right, so it is 6:30 now. So I'm going to... Oh, Kitty's getting mad. So I'm going to stop the stream. For meow. I hear my cat getting mad, like him getting his stuff, and I'm like, oh, little baby, little baby. All right, so I will be back on Saturday, on a little Saturday, to play Road to Empress. And yeah, that'll be it. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I'm hungry. I want my cheese and crackers. But yeah, I'll be back. We're gonna do Road to Empress. People seem really excited about that. I'm very excited. It's been like 7 months since I learned about Road to Empress, and I want to play it. I want to experience the video game. But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you for being here for the good yap. And I hope that the warm weather goes away soon because I'm tired. Oh, it's so exhausting. But yeah, bye bye. Have a good night, good day. Happy time zone. Bye bye.